Hi, and welcome to M. Claire's Yoga and Wellness channel. Today we're going to do a really fun flow to boost that booty. We want to really tone and build the muscle in the tush, and so that people that like that nice round behind can really work towards those goals. And others that find it hard to strengthen the derriere will find this a fun flow just in order to really, like I said, have fun with it, but to actually get the results that we want. So with that being said, let's get right on into it. Okay, we're going to start in a downward facing dog. Okay, to strengthen our tush, what we need to do is we obviously have to build the muscle in it as well. So a lot of our poses today are going to be based on building the muscle. So have fun with it. If there's something that burns, it's too difficult, take a break and then come straight back on with it. Join straight back in with us when you're ready, and keep repeating this video until you get it perfect, or until you get that perfect derriere that you're looking for. Okay, we're going to sink our feet towards the mat, push through our hands and bring our chest towards the floor. We often also find that we hold a lot of tightness in our glutes. So it's also important that we not only build the muscle and tone it, but we also strengthen and lengthen that muscle as well to be able to actually get the results that we're looking for. And we're going to go right on into it today. So you're going to bring your left leg up behind you and we're going to pulse. We're going to pulse for 15. Last 5. Come back down, and it's important to keep your hips nice and square when we're doing this. Repeat on the opposite leg, bring your right leg up, and then little pulses. Last 2. Come back. Then we're going to come forward into our plank, and here we're just going to go from plank, tuck our hips in, and then push up towards the ceiling into our downward facing dog. Come forward into our plank, tilt those hips, and push back into our downward facing dog. And we're going to do this in like a wave-like motion, but I want you to pause when you get into plank, so you're also toning the core at the same time. Hold it here, and then push on back, and then roll on forward. And this is also, like I said, lengthening those muscles as well as toning them. Tilt, push back, and come on round. We're going to do this 5 more times. And this is also adding some nice mobility into the spine at the same time. So keep nice length in the spine as you come into your planks. Last 2. And last 1. Let's hold the plank a little longer. For 5 breaths here. Really engage your core, squeeze those glutes. And push back into our downward facing dog. Hold it here. And we're going to stay in our downward facing dog, but we're going to bring our knee towards our nose, and then we're going to kick it behind us. Knee to nose, and kick behind. We're not going into plank on this, so it's important to really keep yourself in that downward facing dog. And it's the repetitions that really help build that muscle too. Again, we're going to try and go for 15. We've got 5 more. Last 2. And last 1. Coming back into our downward facing dog. Push through your hands. And let's repeat on the opposite side. Bring your right leg up. And again, you're not going into a plank position, you're just bringing knee to nose and kicking that leg all the way back again into three-legged downward dog. Try and get a nice long leg in as it goes up as well. I mean, that's your flexibility, but if you keep working on this, that will improve as well. We get that nice length in the hamstring as well. 5 more. Last one. Come back, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Again, we're going to add those pulses. So lift up your left leg. Make sure your hips are square, and let's pulse. 15. Last 2. Back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg. Let's repeat. Last one. Downward facing dog. Come forward into our plank and go through our chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Hold it here. Sink your hips. And breathe here. And then you're going to push on up, but you're going to stay on your toes here in our downward facing dog. And we're going to come touch your, not fully onto the floor, but bring your knees close to the floor and push back up again. But we're going to stay on our toes. That way we're also going to get a bit of flexibility and also just open up those toes as well. You know, we don't often stretch them backwards like this. And if it does hurt you too much doing it like this, please feel free to put your feet flat on the floor. Last 3. And last 1. Untuck your toes. Coming into that downward facing dog. Then drop your knees on the floor. Come into tabletop position. Bring your left leg up with your toes pointing towards the ceiling. And we're going to do small pulses. Again, keep your hips square. And it's a small movement, but it's going to get into that derriere. So squeeze your glute and just make sure that you're really getting into it. You should feel it pretty soon. Keep it going. I'm going to do 10 more. Then bring your knee back down. Change sides. Right leg up, point your toe towards the ceiling, and let's do those small little movements. Like I said, really engaging the glute. Ten more. And last one. Come back down. Tuck your toes. Come into plank. And here, we're going to bring our knee towards our elbow. Bring it towards your chest. Touch the floor. Bring it up. And then push back into three-legged downward dog. knee to the elbow, knee to chest, bring it down to the floor, up, three-legged downward dog. We're going to do this 6 times on each side. Last one. Come back down into downward facing dog. And let's repeat that on the right side. So knee to the side of your arm, into chest, touch the floor, knee up again, and three-legged downward dog. Two more. And last one. Come back down, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Come back, tabletop. Here, extend your left leg, and we're going to do little pulses, gauging your glute again, but with a straight leg this time. Ten more. Last two. Come back, change legs, extend your right leg, and let's pulse. And point your toes well if you can. Keep those hips nice and square. Last 10. And last one. Back into tabletop. This time, you're going to touch your toe on the floor and extend and come back. And we're going to alternate sides. Toe on the floor, extend as high as you can, come back. And just repeat on opposite sides. I just like to touch my toe on the floor because it gives you that little bit of momentum to get a little deeper into the glute. Five more on each side. And last two. And last one. Then come here, tuck your toes, push back into downward facing dog. Breathe here. And again, we're going to do those little pulses again. Extend your left leg and pulse. Point your toe, keep your hips square. We're nearly done, guys. Keep going. Last 5. Come back, change sides. Nearly done. And 5 more. And come on back. And let's sit back into child's pose. Open up those knees to the outside of your mat and sink down with your chest towards the floor. And just breathe as we finish off this really quick booty buster. come on up and join me in the center of your mat. You can keep your feet in butterfly, so place the soles of your feet together. You can bring them in towards your body and try and keep your knees down towards the mat and nice long spines and shoulders down as we just finish off. And you can add a little neck movement side to side as well. Take a few deep breaths here as we finish off. And last one, you're going to bring your leg into a ZZ position. Bring the base of your foot to your inner thigh and bring your left foot towards your glute. You can come on forward, just stretching that glute out a little bit. If you'd like to increase this stretch, you can also add a little bit of a twist here. Just come forward, come on up, change legs, bring your right heel towards your glute, bring the base of your foot to your inner thigh, fold forward, onto your forearms if this feels good, add a bit of movement side to side just to get comfortable. And again, if you'd like to add a twist here, please do so. When you're ready, come on back. And then come on up, come into a comfortable position, into your easy position or your lotus. And you're just going to sit here, hold your hands on your knees or palms up, whichever feels good for you. Close your eyes and let's just finish off the practice with a few deep breaths here. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Slowing everything down. Filling your lungs full of that nice, fresh oxygen. Last one. Hold it here. Let it all out. Thank you so much for joining me today on this Booty Buster. I hope you feel that you've really worked your tush and that those muscles are burning, but at the same time, you felt that lengthening and strengthening of the muscles too. If you did enjoy this flow, please like, subscribe, share it with friends, family, and let's grow the channel. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.